of life or death. Emergency medical services are crying for help amid the labor crisis. The American Ambulance Association warning the country our nation's EMS system is facing a crippling workforce shortage that threatens to undermine our emergency 911 infrastructure and deserves urgent attention by the Congress. President of that association, Sean Baird, wrote the letter, and he joins us now. Sean, thanks for being here. If you're not able to get an ambulance to arrive on time because there isn't the workforce to do it, that's a real emergency for a lot of people when they need the help the most. How did we get to this place?
Absolutely. This has been a problem that has been developing over several years because of chronic underfunding and shortfalls from Congress to ambulance services. But certainly during the pandemic, things have really hit a crisis level as we've seen a tremendous amount of workforce attrition, and schools had shut down paramedic training institutions.
Of life or death. Emergency.
Shalom. Shalom. I want to start off with, of course, giving all honor and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, HaQadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well to this very day, and sound doctrine, strong shalom to the hopeful elect, and the rest of the large multitude, men, women, and children that the Lord will have mercy on. Right, Brother HaQadash, coming back with a quick hit through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. As you can see, it says, soon there won't be a 911 to call. Jacob's trouble is upon us. All right, so as he said, man, they're facing a shortage and EMS, okay, which stands for emergency services. Okay, they're facing a shortage. Now, when these people are getting stabbed and these people are getting robbed and these people are getting all manner of wickedness and lawlessness at its max, who are they going to run to? You know? And this is all by design, because when you take away, you can take away all the EMS staffing members and you take away the police officers. You have hundreds and hundreds of police officers quitting because of these draconian measures being pushed. That's all by design. So now you have no other choice but to turn to the military, man. Right? You have no other choice but to turn to your angels. Okay? And the angels are is Esau's military. Okay? Now the angels come in to help the false god and save the day, right? As they want to do it, you know. But you know, real quick, let me get this quick preset real quick. Is Isaiah. Let's go. This is Isaiah 13 and 16. It says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. So when this is going on, all lawlessness at its max, who's going to help these wives that's being ravished? Huh? Let's see if we can. Let's see if the blue letter be truthful on this word. Let's get it in here. Isaiah 13 and 16. Let's see what ravished mean. All right. It ain't even pull it up, but let's see. Ooh, right? To copulate with, right? That just should say. All right, it's really I'm not gonna say it for the sake of the video, but you know, it's when a man take hold on a woman aggressively and he have his way. Lie with, ravish, right? To copulate, right? You just go into that word copulate and see what it say. As you can see, what it says, to have sexual intercourse. So when these women are being forced against their will, okay, who's gonna save you, man?
Emergency medical services are crying for help amid the labor crisis. The American Ambulance Association warning the country our nation's EMS system is facing a crippling workforce shortage.
Right. So who's gonna save you in a time of trouble? Especially Eve, man. With they fucking necks being stuck out, man. This place is finished, man. This place is finished. There's no healing. Let's get that real quick. There's no healing Babylon, man. All right, there's no destroying. I mean, there's no healing Babylon. All right, it's like it. This is I'm gonna read it first. Jeremiah 51:9. It says, "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies." Right, her judgment is too great for this place not to be judged like it's going to get judged, like it says in Revelation 18. It says, this Revelation so what I was about to get, it's like it. Damn, I forgot I was about to get let's see. Oh, that's what Revelations 18:5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. You know, as it says here, Jeremiah 51:9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So it's no renewing this place. It's no, trying to save her, man. It's over with, man. This place is finished. It says, forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, man. So this place is finished. It's put a fork in it. It's done. It's being well cooked. Okay, to the Most High's liking, and we know that the Most High's Jake, so he like his food well done. Okay, well done. All right, so let's go here, Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And that day that is coming upon us, that's the scriptures speak upon, no one is going to be able to escape the things that it is set before the sinners of Zion and then the rest of the nations, man. Nobody. That the righteous shall be scarcely saved, right? But the elect. The elect should be saved out of it. This is 2nd Ezra 16. And I start at 71. No, let's start at 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Insurrection, we can get that real quick. Oh, they ain't gonna pull the whole word up. But insurrection is an uprising. All right. Insurrection, we ain't gonna get it, but you can look it up yourself. It's an uprising upon those that fear the Lord, which are the men on the streets, preferably the men of the great millstone camps around the world. The like-minded men that's secret disciples in these other camps. All right, it says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, man. It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Right, you're gonna have lawlessness at its max. This is the cherry on top. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. You see? So these things are about to happen, taking away the goods and casting them out of their houses, women being ravished. Who's going to protect you, man? Who's going to be there for you, for all you independent women, man? You see, when you read Isaiah 3, our women have these, they walk out with this pride, like this, like they just, man, and that's why this scriptures like Isaiah 41, 4:1, is gonna be into play, because you're gonna have women seeking out true men of the Lord who actually understands what's going on and why these things is taking place, because we've been warning Israel the whole time, man. Okay. You got Daniel 12. And we could just read that real quick. That just came to mind. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation. You see, this is the worst time in history that we're about to face, even to the same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, and everyone shall be found written in the book. Right, because it's a process of time. It's a time frame. Even though it seems long to us, it's quick to the Most High. It's a time frame in the movie. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. So the times that's approaching are going to be times that we're not
life or
going
death,
to be able to call 911.
Amid the labor crisis, the American Ambulance Association warning the country our nation's EMS system is facing a crippling workforce shortage that threatens to undermine our emergency 911 infrastructure.
There's a second address. 5:1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, meaning signs, behold, the days shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Right. So the land is gonna be barren of faith. They're gonna have no hope. They're gonna just be what it is. Like if you ever saw the movie Book of Eli, when that chick was getting ran through by everybody, or she was gonna die, so she was forced to comply and set other people up so that she won't probably get raped all the time, and two, she probably won't die. You know what I'm saying? So she set other dudes up. When Denzel Washington was walking past, he was blind the whole time, but he can sense that it was people around. It says, but iniquity, right, sin upon sin shall be increased above that which thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. And the land that thou seest now to have root shall thou see wasted suddenly, right? In 1 hour thou shalt be destroyed. Okay, these are the results that's going to lead up to the 1 hour of destruction, man. It says, Revelation 18:8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she should be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord who judges her. And that fire is the ICBM missiles that all the nations are pointing at Babylon the Great right now. So these plagues and these different insurrections and seditions and all these tumultuous acts, okay, all these different things that's coming to pass has to happen for that great tumult, for that great judgment, that great day. Okay. So who are you gonna call on? You're not gonna be able to call on anyone. This is 2 Esdras 15:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. Okay, the modern day sword is the gun. For there shall be sedition, angry uprising among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You see? And men shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because it's going to be too dangerous. And martial law and all these different mandates and stuff. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. You see? And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and but shall destroy their houses with the sword and despoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You see? So these things are gonna it's coming right now. Because why the Lord said he's not gonna, what did he say? It says, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. That's why, man. That's why you see all these things happening.
Of life or death.
Of life or death, man. It says, and jump down. It says, Second 15:53, if thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thy hands, and saying over their dead when thou wast drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance, the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Like as thou hast done unto my children, said the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee, and shall deliver thee to mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. You see? It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood for very hunger, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. You see, and this is what's about to come. People eating their leather boots and things of such, because they're not gonna have no true rescuers. And the army, when they do their thing at the max, they're gonna go in full combat mode. They're not gonna risk their men. They're gonna have them on the streets and so forth, martial law status and whatever, like the movies. But they're not gonna risk straight combat. Okay, like a cop, risk their army lives just to try to please the so-called middle class. That's not gonna be middle class citizens anymore. Thou as unhappy shalt come through the sea and receive plagues. So yeah, man. So Lord willing is edifying, man. I just wanted to go into that quick, man. All right, who you gonna call? Who these Eves gonna call? Who these women gonna call? When all hell breaks loose. Who these dudes is gonna call? The scriptures say, there's many other scriptures we could have got, but I just wanted it to be a quick hit. Lord said, why he's gonna be men on their hand, with their hands on their knees like a woman in travail, full of pain and sorrow, full of regret, but taking this thing lightly, man, when the whole time you had nothing but opportunity. So Lord willing is edifying, man. I want to give all honor and glory again to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, HaQadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstone, rule well, teacher on sound doctrine. Shalom, shalom to the hopeful elect. May your houses be blessed, and may the Lord have mercy upon thee. One more time, I'll play this video. Shalom.
Of life or death. Emergency medical services are crying for help amid the labor crisis. The American Ambulance Association warning the country our nation's EMS system is facing a crippling workforce shortage that threatens to undermine our emergency 911 infrastructure and deserves urgent attention by the Congress. President of that association, Sean Baird, wrote the letter, and he joins us now. Sean, thanks for being here. If you're not able to get an ambulance to arrive on time because there isn't the workforce to do it, that's a real emergency for a lot of people when they need the help the most. How did we get to this place?
Absolutely. This has been a problem that has been developing over several years because of chronic underfunding and shortfalls from Congress to ambulance services. But certainly during the pandemic, things have really hit a crisis level as we've seen a tremendous amount of workforce attrition, and schools had shut down paramedic training institutions.
Of life or death.